Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Please be seated. And welcome to the podium, ASB President Tijan Sadi and Senior Class President Juna Saito.
Good evening, families, friends, faculty, and students. My name's Tijan Sadi, the ASB President here at Carmel High School.
And I'm Juna Saito, the Senior Class President. We want to welcome you to the Class of 2017 Carmel High School graduation.
This is a milestone in so many of our lives, and we want to start off by thanking you for all your hard work and dedication that brought you all here today.
2017 was a fun-filled, eventful year. Many memories were created on this very campus that we, the Class of 2017, shared together. This year, Carmel High School had the grand opening of its newly renovated bleachers that you are currently sitting on. And in these new bleachers, hundreds of students celebrated the winning of the shoe game earlier in November. This year, the Class of 2017 held its Powder Puff game at the middle school, where through teamwork, we connected and grew closer as a class. The Class of 2017 is one to keep a positive mindset and a bright outlook. We are resilient and determined. The Class of 2017 gives endless support towards each other and pushes each other to our best in all aspects. Many seniors were part of the huge accomplishments that were achieved this year, some of which include the mock trial team taking first in the World Championships in New York, and the robotics team taking second place at San Francisco Regionals. As well as this year was the very first year that the girls lacrosse team became a school team. And our diligent and determined Carmel High School seniors pushed for the creation of the team and succeeded this year. From sports games, prom, clubs, VAPAS shows and concerts, we as a class have achieved a lot and created a very memorable year.
We are also the last class to have spent our entire high school career with Mr. Perry as our vice principal. He will now go on to be the Carmel Valley High principal. He will be greatly missed, and we thank him for his endless motivation, laughter, and kindness he brought into our lives.
And as we go through the rest of the graduation, we ask everyone to please respect everyone who speaks on this stage today. We ask that people refrain from using noisemakers while someone is speaking. Thank you.
At this time, we would like to recognize our board members who work tirelessly to make CHS the amazing school that it is. Please stand when I call your name. Board member Annette Yeastek. Board member Rita Patel. Board member Carl Palestrini, who couldn't make it, but he does a lot for our school, so we still want to recognize him. Board member Mark Stillwell. Board president John Ellison. And last but certainly not least, interim superintendent Karen Hendricks. Thank you for all of your hard work this past year. Now I would like to introduce our principal, Mr. Rick Lopez.
Thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Tijan. Welcome, folks. I'd like to ask to the podium Amanda Hobbs, Johanna Swanson, Tijan, stay here, and Madison Donafee. So these students, these seniors are going to recognize some individuals who are retiring this year. So we're very proud and happy in a bittersweet way to say goodbye to 4 folks that are retiring, and our students have a few words to say.
Mrs. Strutner has been in the Carmel School District for 18 years, spending 8 of those years at Carmel Valley High and 10 years at Carmel High. At Carmel High, she started the Advanced Placement U.S. History course and the Strategies for Success course. Mrs. Strutner also taught U.S. History while at CHS. She has a special place in her heart for helping students. She is especially drawn to helping students who have a harder time in school than most. Mrs. Strutner is very kind-hearted and is always so welcoming to any student that needs help. Not only is she there for students, but she has always found ways to improve Carmel High School. She even recruited Mr. Schreier to CHS and convinced him to teach her. We are so honored that she finished here at CHS, being a substitute for Mrs. Abate while she was on maternity leave. We appreciate your service to Carmel High School and our district, and we will miss you.
Nurse Susan is truly the kindest woman you will ever come to know. I am personally so lucky to have had her, not only as a nurse, but a counselor, a caregiver, and a friend. She cares so deeply for every single one of the students that walks into her office and never fails to show her love of the world in all of her actions. Many students have been able to have an easier time at school because of her care and diligence in making sure that they are safe while they're in school. Countless families came to depend on Nurse Susan to care and support their students. For Nurse Susan, no good deed was ever too small. I once witnessed her carry an ant out of her office so that she could just let it live. Nurse Susan, you are such an incredible woman. You have shown me so much love, and you are going to be missed so very much. We've been honored to have Nurse Susan in our district for 13 years, and I personally will miss her so much.
Miss Loomis has been a valued, loving, and caring member of the Carmel High School staff for 10 years. She is not only a very helpful librarian, but has served as the advisor of Diversity Club at Carmel High. As president of Diversity Club, I have come to know Miss Loomis more closely, and I can honestly say she is a mentor to me, and I am grateful for her helping me lead the club and becoming more proactive this year. She has encouraged me to become more active in Diversity Club and in our school community. I know I can always come to her when I have a question or if I just need to talk. She has brought so much energy, insight, and many creative ideas to our school. Through her collaboration with students and our staff, you will be missed.
When I look back over my time at CHS, there's been one constant, one dedicated, positive, and inspirational constant. Her name's Jennifer Goodbody. I was so fortunate to have Miss Goodbody as my counselor the entire time I was at CHS, and I can't express how grateful I am to have her as my counselor. As a counselor, she never fails to lead us to success. As a mentor, she sees the best in us. And as a friend, she's always there to lift us when things seem to only ever go south. I've seen firsthand just how extraordinary Mrs. Goodbody is, and I have to say she really is one of a kind. When I came here as a freshman, I was a bit of a special circumstance. I had an illness which made school a challenge for me, and Mrs. Goodbody supported me and got me on a track that has me standing up here today. Mrs. Goodbody supported me, and I can't thank you enough. On behalf of your students, thank you. Thank you for all those crazy schedule changes you've had to deal with day in and day out. Thank you for all the hours you spent trying to figure out what on earth we're going to do with our lives. And finally, thank you for the endless supply of love that you give to each and every student who walks on this campus. I don't know what CHS is going to do without you, because you really are one irreplaceable woman. We love you, and we hope the best for you. Thank you so much. We will miss you.
Can I get Mindy Morgan? Come on up, Mindy. While Mindy's coming up here, thank you. Thank you, Amanda, Johanna, Tijan, and Maddie for your kind words. There's another individual that's made a tremendous impact on Carmel Unified School District and Carmel High School that she's led as interim superintendent. She's not retiring, but she is leaving. I would just like to publicly thank our interim superintendent, Karen Hendricks. And invite Mindy Morgan to the podium. Mindy Morgan was selected as the senior class speaker for this graduation ceremony. Welcome, Mindy.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think I speak for not only myself, but for my classmates, our parents, and our teachers when I say it's hard to believe this day is actually here. I know that some of us have been counting down the days more than others, but before we leave, there are hundreds of people who have helped us reach this milestone in our lives, and it would be inexcusable not to recognize them. First and foremost, our parents, as I've heard that raising a teenager is a lot like herding cats. We teenagers are temperamental, sensitive, hormonal creatures, and I cannot even begin to imagine the amount of love and patience it must take to raise a human who may often fail to appreciate how much you do for them. But please understand that everything we are, everything we have accomplished, we owe to you. And then, of course, we have to recognize our teachers and the administration. Aside from our parents, they are the people who have dedicated all of their time and energy into shaping us who we have become. Although these relationships may have experienced missing assignments and very late nights, without the teachers who have pushed us to succeed, we would most certainly not be here today. Additionally, I feel confident in saying that our journey would have been much harder, if not impossible, without the ceaseless efforts of Mr. Johnston and Mr. Schatz, who have been working tirelessly since the first day of school to ensure that we are successful. So to all of the adults in our lives, thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices you have made that have ultimately gotten us here. So what I'm going to talk about today is not originally what I had intended to talk about. I had something written earlier about embracing failure. It talked about how we need to pursue the strange, the unfamiliar, the unknown, and once we do that, we'll know true success. It was okay, but I was really struggling with it. In a speech about embracing failure, I couldn't articulate what that meant. Aside from that very small problem, I also realized that I am supremely unqualified to talk about that subject. It was 10:27 on Monday night, about 12 hours before I was supposed to have the final copy of this speech ready to go for Mr. Lopez, and it occurred to me that there was nothing I could say here today that would be helpful, insightful, or profound, because ultimately, I don't know any more about our future than the rest of us, and I can't talk about something I don't know. But this year in writing, we learned that you should write what you know, because that's the most genuine, the most authentic you can be, and that's really what the goal is. So at 10:27 on Monday night, I decided to share with you all some of what I know, which is really what I've learned in my last 4 years here at CHS. The first thing I know is that Michaela Bajari is strong. We were on the desert trip and we were out climbing through some rocks known as the ice caves. It was dark and slippery, and we came to a part where we had to pull ourselves up onto a flat piece of rock to make it to the next part of the hike, and Michaela was helping a lot of us. I'm not sure how many of you have ever happened to see Michaela and me standing next to each other, but if you have, you know that she is quite shorter than me and weighs quite a bit less than I do. But Michaela pulled me up onto that rock like it was the most natural thing in the world. I realized that if Michaela hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been able to get over that rock. As a result of that, I know that we are strong as individuals, but together, we are exponentially stronger. Together, we are powerful. I also know that you are never the smartest person in the room, and you never should be. I was in AP Bio this year, and full disclosure, I am not a science person. If I had to tell you one thing about science, I would probably tell you that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But I was in that class with some of the most intelligent people I know. And just when we were getting comfortable with the material, Mr. Dooner would introduce us to something new, something that we did not know. So we went back to the textbook to keep reading, to keep discovering. Although unbelievably maddening at the time, we were exposed to this idea that you can never know everything, so you have to keep learning. And because of that, I know that you can never be content with what you know at any given time, as knowledge is what we need to move forward. The third thing I know is that we are never alone, except for when we choose to be. We've all had rough patches in our lives, and I'm sure a lot of those have occurred in our last 4 years here. But the thing is that we're never the only one having a rough day or week, and there is always someone who can relate. I used to have a really hard time with this. When I was having one of those days or one of those weeks, I didn't say a word. When someone in my life got hurt, I told people I was scared, but I minimized that feeling. I told people that I was stressed out, but I didn't do justice to that feeling inside of me. I didn't say anything because I thought it would be easier, and it wasn't. But the irony is that I only realized that once I became more willing to open up. And when I did, I learned that 9 out of 10 people are compassionate and will listen if you just give them a chance. So I know that if you ask for help, someone will give it to you. And the final thing I know is that you can always do more to help people. I know this because I see it every day. I see it when people like Evan Patel help others with their calculus at break. I see it when people like Brett Cordell give their time to do lighting for the musical. I see it when people like Caroline Miezhva dedicate their time to help children who are less fortunate than we are. I see it when teachers like Mr. MB, Miss Ward, Mr. Stafford, Mr. Robel, Mrs. Martin, Mr. Palshaw, Miss Steinberg, Mr. Deckelman, and Mr. Schreier consistently go above and beyond to make our lives better, happier, and fuller. And I see it in people like the ones who sit behind us today, who dedicate their lives to helping us no matter the cost. So from all of you, I know that our efforts to help people, to make their day a little easier or a little better, makes a profound difference. That's what I know. I'm sharing this with you because at this precise moment in our lives, we're being told that the way we do things now may not work in college. We have heard so much about how the transition out of high school is going to be the biggest change of our lives, and that we're going to need to adjust what we do to succeed down the road. But what about everything we do now that works? What about everything we know? It may not be a lot, and at 18 we may not do a lot that works, but in the past 4 years we have undeniably learned things in the classroom, in the field, and on stage that are invaluable, that we should not change. We have learned from each other the strength of the group, the curiosity of the mind, the value of opening up, and the compassion of others. In the next 4 years of our lives, let that serve as our foundation for more success, more growth. It is our obligation to do so. That's not to say some of us don't have habits to break, because it would be irresponsible to not acknowledge the fact that every single one of us can improve. Some of us have really got to stop procrastinating. Some of us may need to be better friends, better brothers, better sisters. Essentially, none of this is cause for complacency. We should not be satisfied with where we are right now. We should not be satisfied with what we have achieved. We should keep pushing, thriving, striding forward, but we can use what we know now to do that. I am infinitely grateful to have been part of the class of 2017. I have no doubt that everything I have learned from all of you has made me stronger, smarter, and kinder, and I know that I can use all of that as a plateau for growth. I hope the same is true for some of you. We are leaving CHS today, and in that process, I hope we do away with the old because it doesn't work, not because it's old. I hope we incorporate the new because it works and we need change, not just because it's new. I hope we do what we know. In closing, I'd like to share an Irish proverb with all of you, my friends, my family, and my teachers. May your troubles be less, may your blessings be more, may nothing but happiness walk through your door. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Mindy. At this time, we'll welcome to the stage senior musicians that will be performing I'll Think of You. Performing are Brandon Albert, Megan Brady, May Heidke, Amanda Hobbs, Samantha McShane, Audrey Moonen, Ashley Reed, Claire Rice, Johanna Swanson, and Callie Wasson.
Think of you as I go. So when I leave, you're not alone. And no matter where we are, we will never be that far. 'Cause I will think of you as I go. I'll think of you as I dream. So when it's dark, you'll be with me. And no matter where we are, we can look up to the stars. And I will think of you as I dream. Oh, it's a long and winding road. You don't have to walk alone. 'Cause no matter where we are, I will get you in my heart. I will think of you as I go. Think of you when I'm down. When my heart is on the ground. Never lose my way. I will think of you when I'm down. Oh, it's a long and winding road. You don't have to walk alone. 'Cause no matter where we are, I will keep you in my heart. I will think of you as I go. Oh, it's a long and winding road. But you don't have to walk alone. 'Cause no matter where we are, I will keep you in my heart. I will think of you. Yes, I will think of you. I will think of you as I go.
That was pretty good. I would have liked to be on that side of these speakers because I'm not sure I heard it as well as you did. So it's my honor and pleasure now to introduce our valedictorians. Would the following seniors please join me on the stage? And I'm reading these names in alphabetical order. Marley Allard, Jack Brewer, Madeline Fontenay, Leonardo Gonzalez Smith, Jeffrey Jang, Henry Koo, Abby Lambert, Ryan Lind, Matthew Luch, Evan Patel, Melissa Pavlov, Christiana Smith, and Connor Cease. Thank you, thank you. We'll try to get parking next time for y'all. I'm amazed with the significant dedication and consistent commitment these exceptionally well-rounded students have made to academics, activities, music, community service, and athletics while here at Carmel High School. Each of these outstanding seniors are well-deserving of recognition as tremendous and accomplished students, and also as extraordinary young adults. These are our 13 class of 2017 valedictorians. They are Marley Allard. Marley plans to study international relations at Northeastern University. Fellow senior Morgan Shirk wrote this about Marley. Marley immediately struck me as a girl who loves an adventure, whether cliff diving or filling up a wheelbarrow with Slurpees from 7-Eleven, which we both did. I later realized that Marley is not only eager for an adventure, but she is also an incredible friend, Marley gives to others so effortlessly, like how she endured my lack of punctuality for a month when she picked me up for school every morning. She's my biggest supporter, greatest listener, and favorite fellow adventurer. I cannot thank Marley enough for all of our incredible memories and, more importantly, for making my life so much better with her friendship. Thank you, Morgan. Congratulations, Marley. Jack Brewer. Jack plans to study mechanical engineering at UCLA. Fellow senior Alessandro Boaro wrote this about Jack. Jack Brewer is a jack of all trades. Whether it be working to finish the robot, or, nice job, son, or playing ultimate frisbee, or working at MPS, he's a man willing to put his passion, devotion, and inspiration into everything he does. Above all, he's an amazing friend and mentor. He's always there to listen and give you advice. His intelligence sparks the creative minds of others around him. I am thankful I had the opportunity to know such a Renaissance man. And I wish him all the best for his success at UCLA this fall. His future is definitely brewing. Thank you, Alessandro. Congratulations, Jack. Madeline Fontenay. Madeline plans to study English and history at the College of the Holy Cross. Fellow senior Ellie Alto wrote this about Madeline. Despite living in foggy Carmel, Madeline carries a beaming, sunny disposition that is underscored with a naturally optimistic attitude. No matter what comes her way, she is guided by her heart and her head. With these two, she wields unparalleled morals, and I have the utmost respect for that. Whether it is FaceTiming for 3 hours while we complete dozens of definite integrals for AP Calculus, struggling in a varsity water polo match together, or hiking in the 95-degree desert while sharing our life stories, Madeline remains one of the strongest pillars in my life. Madeline has found Carmel High a city of bricks and left it a city of marble. Thank you, Ellie, and congratulations, Madeline. Leonardo Gonzalez Smith. Leo is planning to study life sciences at Loyola Marymount University. Fellow senior Anna Gumberg wrote this about Leo. Leo is the definition of the phrase, if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. He excels at everything he does, from sports to academics to his social life. He's friends with just about everyone on this campus, and most importantly, most of all, his nonstop puns are always, without fail, no doubt about it, wildly and completely funny. Thank you, Anna. Congratulations, Leo. Jeffrey Jang. Jeffrey plans to study chemistry at the University of Pennsylvania. Fellow senior and fellow valedictorian Jack Brewer wrote this about Jeffrey. Jeffrey is always thinking outside of the box. Whenever we are stuck on a biology lab or engineering challenge, he comes up with an ingenious idea to lead us to success. I will always look up to Jeffrey's work ethic in the classroom, kindness towards others, and sense of humor. From frisbee to robotics, his personality and passion shines through everything he does. Because of his drive for excellence, I know Jeffrey will be on the forefront of solving the world's biggest problems. Thank you, Jack. Congratulations, Jeffrey. Henry Koo. Henry plans to study electrical engineering at UCLA. Fellow senior and fellow valedictorian Evan Patel wrote this about Henry. Henry will push you to be the best person you can be, no excuses. He is the epitome of putting your mind to something and devoting your body and spirit to that idea. His ability to pursue his passions is something that we should all strive for. And while he can put his head down and work with an unmatched tenacity, he never fails to have a smile on his face and project a welcoming personality. This is one of the things that I truly admire about him, and we all love him for. His ability to follow his dreams, but also inspire others and push them towards their own. Thank you, Evan. Congratulations, Henry. Abby Lambert. Abby plans to study electrical engineering and computer science at MIT. Fellow senior Keen Grick wrote this about Abby. Abby is incredibly intelligent. She has consistently pushed herself academically and succeeded, but that's just scratching the surface. It's been an absolute joy to work with her and watch her grow into an amazing singer and musician. Abby does it all with karate and kickboxing and robotics on top of it. I'm constantly inspired by her. I don't know how she does it, but I hope I find out someday, because I could really stand to be more like her. Thank you, Keen. Congratulations, Abby. Ryan Lynn. Ryan plans to study neurobiology, physiology, and behavior at UC Davis. Fellow senior and fellow valedictorian Connor Cease wrote this. They say people change during high school, but Ryan Lynn is an exception. Since I first met him freshman year, Ryan's motivation, friendliness, and crafty, sassy sense of humor have been dear to me. 4 years later, Ryan's admirable qualities remain stolidly foundation to his persona. That's impressive given the rigors of his ruthless academic course load, his never-ending musical performances, and his hundreds of volunteer hours. Most of all, though, I admire Ryan for his loyalty, even through the darkest depths of AP chemistry. Sorry, Mr. MB. Lectures and frantic scrambles for newspaper story ideas. Sorry, Mr. Pasha. Ryan stuck by my side. I'm grateful some things just don't change. Thank you, Connor, and congratulations, Ryan. Matthew Luch. Matt plans to study political science at George Washington University. Fellow senior and fellow valedictorian Melissa Pavlov wrote this about Matt. Self-proclaimed as the dumbest valedictorian ever. I did not write that, Luch family. Matt has acquired the family nickname of 3.2 because, as his uncle says, he has a 4.0 in the classroom, but a D in common sense. While he does have his questionable moments, I tend to think of him as adventurous more than anything, always seeking to explore new possibilities. Some of you may know him as an athlete, a politician, or just Luch. But I know him as someone who is hilariously funny, quick-witted, brilliant, and who has my back whenever I need him. I know he's destined for great things, and I'm lucky to call him a friend. Thank you, Melissa. Congratulations back. Evan Patel. Evan plans to study molecular, cellular, and developmental biology at UCLA. Fellow senior and fellow valedictorian Henry Koo wrote this. When it comes to excelling at life, this man is no joke. Evan Patel is a person of extreme passion, loyalty, and perseverance who not only puts his absolute effort into achieving a high academic standard, but also into everyone around him as well. Every time I see him, whether it's together in AP Chem or against him on the Frisbee field, he constantly strives for that top position while bringing others up there with him. Always knowing his priorities and placing his family and friends before his needs, I know Evan will be successful in the future as a great student, worker, and friend. It's been an honor to have grown up with Evan. I'll never forget the impact he's made in my life. Thank you, Henry, and congratulations, Evan. Melissa Pavlov. Melissa plans to study biological sciences at the University of Notre Dame. Fellow seniors Tess Michael and Hannah Kim wrote this. In middle school, Melissa was voted most trustworthy. 4 years later, was named most considerate. These superlatives do a lot to explain the character of Melissa, but they do not fully encapsulate the reason she is so widely loved. Melissa is a one-of-a-kind. Regardless of what type of relationship you have with her, she makes you feel special as if you were the only person in the world. She never fails to put a smile on your face and knows just when to give her famous Melissa hugs. She is the epitome of what a Carmel High School Padre should be, and as she moves on from our namesake, she will do us proud in her endeavors. Thanks, Tess and Hannah. Congratulations, Melissa. Christiana Smith. Christiana is leaving us to study at the University of Alabama. Fellow senior Kristen Bound wrote this about Christiana. Aside from being the sassiest person I have ever met, Christiana is truly exceptional in the classroom, on the field, and in everything she does. Christiana is compassionate, driven, and tenacious. When she sets her mind to something, there's no stopping her. I am so proud of how she's grown and overcome every obstacle in her way over these last 4 years. Her future has never been brighter. The world is a better place with her presence, and I know we'll be hearing about her accomplishments for years to come. Thanks, Kristen, and congratulations, Christiana. Connor Cease. Connor plans to study oceanography at the United States Naval Academy. Fellow senior Emerson Hardy wrote this about Connor. He likely doesn't know this, but I look up to Connor in more than one way. His steadfast moral compass, sound judgment, and fierce loyalty are certain to bring joy and happiness to those close to him, just as they have to those fortunate enough to call Connor their friend these past 4 years. There's only one hang-up. He is pathologically, certifiably unable to find a way to stay on 2 feet. It's inside, people. Thank you, Emerson. Congratulations, Connor. I believe that's an inside joke. Congratulations, class of 2017 valedictorians. It's now my pleasure and honor to present to you the valedictory speaker, Melissa Pavlov.
Good afternoon, and thank you to everyone who's made today possible for all of us. Counselors, administrators, CUSD board, faculty, staff, parents, mentors, and fellow classmates. Thank you to each and every one of you for playing a pivotal role in where we've landed today. I wrote this speech with my screen turned off. At first, it seemed a little strange, counterintuitive even. But for 4 years, I've imagined representing my class, our class, before we cross this stage to begin the rest of our lives. And I knew immediately that in order to deliver something raw and real, I needed to rid myself of all distractions and focus in complete silence. The thing about silence is that it offers an avenue to clarity and truth that is rare in our hustle and bustle. Life is so go, go, go that we often forget the importance of silence. So, if it isn't too much to ask, I'd like to request that we take a moment right now to just breathe. And perhaps look around at this incredible view we are lucky enough to call home. I challenge everyone out there to just enjoy the silence. Thank you. I decided to cover my screen so that somehow my speech would come to represent more of what I believe to be my truth. So here goes. There is a man whom I respect immensely, and his name is Mark Twain. Sure, I enjoy adventuring with Huck Finn as much as the next guy, but there is something about the innocence and naivety of childhood captured in his works that makes his spirit truly timeless. But enough of my nerdy obsession with the dead writer. Let me get to the point. Twain said, "Great things can happen when you don't care who gets the credit." That quotation resonates with me. You see, I think that our society is just a little too focused on individual reputation and status. We spend our whole lives trying to attain this model of what we believe we should be, which is a little ironic because with so much emphasis on being extraordinary, eventually no one stands out. We keep setting the bar higher and higher for ourselves, motivated by ever loftier goals and the bitter disappointment that comes with not being the best. This obsession with our reputation drives us into a world dominated by cutthroat competition
in which we deem it necessary to validate ourselves through recognition. Why else would we care about the name of our college, or the status of our social lives, or the labels we wear on our foreheads? As much as I hate to admit it, I'm no exception, and it would be wrong of me to try to convince you otherwise. I would be lying if I told you that the name of my future school did not factor into my decision. And if it weren't for my report card, I probably wouldn't even be up here talking to all of you. Just the same, I hope we can break away from the pressure of building our own reputations so that all of us become just a little more focused and motivated to be who we actually are. Maybe then our careers will reflect our passions and not potential salaries. Maybe then we can work together to make the world a better place rather than occupying a niche we feel obligated to fill. And maybe then we can stop trying to plan every aspect of our lives 10 years in advance and instead focus on being 18. Great things can happen when you don't care who gets the credit. What a true statement. And yet we can't seem to let it go. Perhaps it's inevitable. But I'd like to challenge this paradigm and point out that high school was not always characterized by acceptance rates and SAT scores. Now it is. Courses weren't always dominated by AP exams. Someone please tell me whose brilliant idea that was anyway. But now they are. And it wasn't always a stretch to get into a UC, but now it is. I think it's safe to say that we've all had that moment of frustration when our families underestimate the difficulty of getting into school. You know, that classic moment when Uncle Joe says, "You're so smart, you must be going to Harvard." Newsflash, guys, it's pretty damn hard to get in anywhere these days. The way I see it, not caring who gets the credit goes hand in hand with learning. Learning is ever evolving, and it is only when we let go of reputation and allow ourselves to explore that we can hope to achieve growth or wisdom. Fellow classmates, I have learned from Carmel High School that we don't really know much of anything at all. And that's not to say that our teachers haven't taught us, because if it weren't for Mr. Dooner, I would still be confusing DNA and RNA. And without Ms. Grumman, my vocabulary would be half of what it is today. But there's a lot left for all of us to learn. From Deckelman's friendly reminders of, "Pavlov, can we please get to work?" I've learned that I still have quite a bit of room to master the art of focus. Mr. Palshaw has shown me that meeting deadlines is still a challenge for the world's best procrastinator. It's a title I wear well. And I've learned that I sometimes lack patience, trust, and empathy. I'm still learning how to cooperate with others after being raised in a very competitive household. Who knew Jenga could get so out of hand? But above all, I've learned from you, class of 2017. I've learned, ironically, that we are quite lacking in knowledge, and a lot of us have no idea what we really want to do with our lives. But that's okay. Take this with a grain of salt. But from the naive standpoint of an 18-year-old who knows no more about the future than a magic 8-ball, I've come to believe that it's okay to not know where we're headed. Forget the constant questions about your school and career. Forget what everyone tells you about needing to have a plan. Forget about worrying who gets the credit. Go into this world and conquer it in any fashion you want, but don't be overwhelmed by the fact that you have no idea where you'll end up. None of us do. I mean, come on. Is it realistic for us to feel like we need to know? Granted that some of us still can't vote for the president or even order off an infomercial. Quite truthfully, that may have been my favorite part of reaching adulthood. In my opinion, we need to learn how to offer up some of our control and just let life happen. Recognizing what we haven't learned is perhaps even more important than acknowledging what we have. So let's do it. Whether you find yourself at UCLA, Cal Poly, MIT, or Sonoma State, I hope you can delve into the unknown and learn how to let the wind take you where it takes you. Our careers as Padres have ended. But whether you're a Lobo, an Aztec, or an Aggie this fall, embrace the mystery of the unknown. And some way, somehow, learn how to cast away the specter of reputation that too often guides our decisions. I wrote this speech with my screen off, hoping that it would allow me to experience the nature of uncertainty which accompanies darkness and silence. Now, I realize I may have lost some of you along the way, and that's okay too. But if anything sticks, let it be this. It is only in stumbling through darkness that we can ever hope to actually see. Darkness, silence. Perhaps the two most frightening concepts this world has to offer, they also stand as two of the largest opportunities for growth. Well. Class of 2017, it's been one crazy ride, and I'm glad to have shared it with all of you. From losing Powder Puff back-to-back to epic Nerf wars, we've been through it all. Congratulations, we did it. Now comes the time to focus on the future. As Twain said, if we force ourselves to cast away the hindrance of striving for reputation, great things will happen. It might be scary, but as another wise man once said, if you're not scared, then you're not taking a chance. And if you're not taking a chance, then what the hell are you doing anyway? That wise man was Mr. Ted Mosby, architect. Well, seniors, brace yourselves for the future and suit up. But in all seriousness, wherever we end up, wherever we land, may it be nothing short of legend. Wait for it. Dairy. Legendary. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Coming to the stage to perform 100 Years is Zach Buzza, Keen Grick, Abby Lambert, Alex Michelle, and Parker Sprenza.
dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. I'm 22 for a moment. She feels better than ever, and I will fire, making our way back from Mars. 15, there's still time for you, time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live. I'm 33 for a moment, still the man, but you see I'm of age, a kid on the way, a family on my back. I'm 45 for a moment, the sea is high and I'm heading into a crisis, chasing the years of my life. 15, there's still time for you, time to find, time to lose yourself within a morning star. 15, I'm alright with you. 15, there's never a wish better than this, when you've only got 100 years to live. I think time goes by, suddenly you're wise, another blink of an eye. 67 is gone, the sun is getting high, we're moving on. I'm 99 for a moment, done for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15, there's still time for you, 22, I feel like you, 33, you're on your way, every day's years to live.
Thank you, Abby, Parker, Keen, Alex, Zach, Mr. Hanley, you too. That was good, that was fun. What an exciting afternoon this is. I am truly honored and privileged to be part of such an outstanding school and school community. This is a tremendously dynamic educational environment, and I appreciate the support, cooperation, determination that the Carmel High faculty and staff, as well as the Carmel community, continues to provide as we strive to create the absolutely best school possible for our students. I'm proud and fortunate to be working side by side with an outstanding faculty and staff. We definitely have the best faculty and the best staff anywhere. And at this time, seniors, I suggest you take a look at your faculty and staff and give them a round of applause. Thanks, Sandra. I appreciate these young adults that I see sitting before me on the floor of this stadium. There are many fresh and new hopes and dreams. To those of you sitting in the stands, parents, family members, and friends, this afternoon is certainly a time of celebration. We thank you for the many contributions you have made to these graduates and to Carmel High School. These unique and wonderful young people have completed a milestone in their lives, and we are so very proud of each and every one of you. Together, you secured and won championships while providing yourselves exemplary in competition as athletes on the court, the course, the pool, the field of competition. Many of you will continue athletic endeavors, and we wish you the best. Together, we continue to be ranked higher and higher, continue to be one of the top 1% of high schools across the nation. Carmel students, you have won academic competitions in robotics, Model United Nations, mock trial, mathletics, and science competitions, among others. Our music students consistently win awards in band, orchestra, choir, jazz, and many of you played and or sang in honor groups. Together, you've all contributed to Carmel High becoming and continuing to be an amazing school. You've made it so, and there's much to be proud of. As a class, you consistently reached out to our community through activities such as blood drives, food drives, clothing drives, and supporting the needy and less fortunate. Many of you have spent many hours reaching out to the greater community through extensive efforts to promote improvement programs, providing water, clothing, music lessons, educational items for kids and people locally, regionally, and in developing countries. As a class, you engaged in over 23,000 hours of community service to give back in many different and varied ways. That very spirit of giving of yourselves and caring for others is where my message is embedded this afternoon. The first step in making a difference is showing up. You can't share if you're not there. Often, showing up is half the challenge, so I encourage you to be folks who show up, put it on the table, live your life on the table. It's sometimes hard to be different, to think and realize I am different. But know that by being different, you can make a difference. Resist the urge to hide your differences and allow your uniqueness to add to the wonderful diversity of our world. You're entering a society and a world that takes hard stands in conflictive and often angry ways. I encourage you to keep your head about you. Have an opinion, but don't let yourself be unable to see other people's perspectives. Take action based upon your convictions, but do so with a loving and a caring heart. A study said that only 7% of communication is verbal. 38% of communication is action. But 55% of communication is the manner with which you interact. That means 55% is attitude. Be open to others' ideas, be strong in your convictions, but be gentle in your actions and in your openness to others. So today I want to congratulate you, class of 2017. You're a wonderful group of young adults, and you will be greatly missed. So we're about ready to do some fun stuff. We're going to announce graduates. This is really exciting time. The seniors have been waiting for this. The seniors selected two individuals from Carmel High School to be honored as the name readers. So selected by this class to read their names are two teachers, Mr. Mike Palshaw and Mr. Mark Stafford. As we get started, our school board members and our interim superintendent, Karen Hendricks, will hand out diplomas, and this is going to be fun. So, we're about ready to get going.
Bailey Alexandra Abrahams. Faith Makahalani Ekfaji. Darren Maniel Agacanyon. Brandon Thomas Albert. Marley Ann Allard. Diego Almaraz. Ellie Marie Alto. Hannah Rose Altschuler Hansen. Catherine Denise Anderson. Allie Bell Andrzejewski. Paxton Elizabeth Atade. Kevin Michael Auger. Abigail Sharon Augustine. Michaela Rain Helen Bajari. Andrew Lee Barron. Mathieu Paul Patrick Bernardo. Alessandro Brandon Boaro. Samuel Miller Boone. Elliot David Boak. Kristen Taylor Bound.
Tyler James Boylan. Megan Jade Brady. John Thomas Brewer. Madison Tova Broadsley. Jack Tondre Burke. Windsor Zachary Buzza. Jonathan Breeze Casas Ramirez. Isabella Starling Castle. Christopher Joseph Cole. Jason Douglas Chandler. Spencer Lucas Cheney. Xiao Chen. Isaiah Clay Coffey. Seiji Ignacio Cole. Michelangelo Andrea Coltelli. Timothy Stephen Konak. Bridger Ellen Coombs. Brett Ryan Cordell. Noemi Cortez Garcia. Wade Christian Costa.
Evan Merrill Crane. Elise Nicole Creekio. Porter Henry Cruz. Gunnar Antonino Cumming. Liam Christian Cumming. Regan Alexa Daly. Adela Esmeralda Damian. Brian Felipe Damian. Yvonne John Joseph Davidek. Ashlyn Marie Davis. Ezra Philip Delbick. Moss Denali DiGirolamo. Jessica Marie DeLulo. Madison Marie Donahue. Julian Patrick Donnelly. Nicholas Kai Du. Ronan Alexander Dosky Mulvaney. Michael Sonder Doyle. Samuel Alexander Eagle. Henry Joseph Eason.
Stevan Jacob Enriquez. Lindsay May Falgi. Juliana Farmer. Jenna Grace Fenstermaker. Parker Ellen Fisher. Francis Michael Fletcher. Jonathan Michael Fletcher. Ariana Santana Flores. Samuel Flores Lopez. Madeline Bray Fontenay. Dylan Harris Franklin. Sophia Rose Franklin. Raven Olivia Gabrielson. Mac George Ganaway. Liam Blake Joris. Jenna Summer Glazer. Casey Jean Goldberg. Morgan Francis Goldschmidt. Katerina Guntaryuk. Megan Elizabeth Gonzalez.
Leonardo David Gonzalez Smith. Benjamin Daniel Ghazi. Nicholas Jordan Griffin. Kian Thomas Grick. Anna Maria Gumberg. Stephen Gutierrez Vargas. Zachary Allen Haynes. Emerson Peter Todd Hardy. Savannah Joy Harris. Connor Philip Hatch. Maylin Kim Yu Heike. Caroline Cornel Hendricks. Daniel Sinclair Higman. Amanda Norma Hobbs. Rebecca Grace Holland. Tarak Benjamin Hornick. Spencer Reese Hubbard. Hannah Huh. Elijah Anthony Hunter. Shak Ina Gambayev.
Keenam Elijah Hara. Jeffrey Jang. Colin Douglas Kelly. Trevor John Kelly. Ali Khalil. Hannah Youngin Kim. Alexis Jade King. Kaylee Ann Kanoshta. Morgan Alexander Kirk. Kevin Nicholas Klein. John Luke Costas. Henry Koo. Paul Craney. Abby Arlene Lambert. Matthew Christian Lambert. Francis Jing Lansdowne. Dallin Fairchild Laughlin. Ashley Taylor Laurent. Simon Allen Leach. Ryan Thomas Lynn.
Tatum Emily Lindsay. Matthew Daniel Luch. William James Lund. Richard Shea Lyon. Kaylee Nicole McDonald. Cole Allen Mayer. Maxwell Robert McCurdy. Michael Lee McDonald. Noah Robert McKay. Jared Jonathan McNally. Samantha Elise McShane. Roman Nathaniel Messenger. Jason Robert Meyer. John Alexander Michelle. Caroline Mierspa. Tess Kleist Michael. Audrey Christine Moonen. Stacy Elizabeth Morales. Mindy Rose Morgan. Adam Richard Morrison.
Taylor Lorraine Munyon. Alexander Milling Myers. Wesley Essex Noble. Hannah Nicole Nystrom. Cody O'Rourke. Eddie Osornio. Madeline Rose Parker. Evan Akshay Patel. Zoe Tyler Patterson. Melissa Ann Pavlov. Sarah Ellen Phillips. Sofia Sedona Quevedo. Justin Tanner Rao. Ashley Sky Reed. Claire Isabel Rice. Alexis Kaisa Sabolsi. Tijan Tara Sadi. Juna Stephanie Saito. Duda Perdona Santana. Jackson Laurent Saulnier.
Luke Andrew Sayre. Rachel Caitlin Schroeder. Kevin Chaz Schaffman. Charles Archer Sheldon. Morgan Gail Shirk. Matthew Teddy Small. Christiana Anjali Smith. Parker Wyatt Spronza. Joseph Hayden Stakalak. Alexandria Capri Staley. Catalina Marie Louise Staminov. Dylan James Staples. Reed River Stember. Connor Edwin Cease. Savannah Ray Suter. Wesley Parker Sutton. Johanna Marie Swanson. Sophia May Zamora Ann Tangway Oswald. Alexander Taylor. Alexander Michael Tejero.
Dylan Wade Temple. James Emil Thielen. Stella Diane Trappin. Hannah Marie Tucker. Jennifer Verdeja. Kip Henri Wadsworth. Pascal Catherine Faye Wasson. Ben Otto Weber. Jack Vernon Weirs. Carter Randolph Whitaker. Parker Robert White. Elena Michelle Whiteman. Kavasi Rico Wyndham. Reese Clementine Wisner.